Hey, what's up YouTube? My name is Zach with Android Digest, and right here in this hand is the Samsung Galaxy S21. And here in this hand, I do have the Google Pixel 5. You may be wondering what phone is better? What phone is better for the price? And what are the differences between these two phones? I'm gonna have a lot of close-ups and I'm gonna let you know what phone you should buy in 2021. So with all that being said, let's get straight into it and let's get this video going. Alright, so if we take a look at these two phones, you're going to notice that this is not an apples to apples comparison at all. And you're going to see a lot of things are going to point towards buying the Galaxy S21. But there are a lot of factors that you need to consider and really have to think about what type of buyer you are. If we look at the design, you're going to notice that you're going to see a little bit of a larger phone on the Galaxy S21. So it's a 6.2 inch screen, and that's compared to a 6-inch screen on the Google Pixel 5. Now Google has the hole punch here in the corner of the phone, and Samsung has their camera in the top of the phone, and it's a very small camera in the middle. So you're going to see minor design differences. The Samsung has plastic on the back, and Google, well, they say their phone's made of aluminum, but they do have this coating over the top of it, which is basically like plastic, but it does have a little more texture to it. So I prefer the texture on the Google Pixel 5, and I prefer the look probably of the Samsung. I think it has a little bit of a futuristic look. I think most people would prefer a phone with just a little more size, but if you're looking for a smaller phone, it's really hard to find in 2021 or going into the future. So this has a win for some of you as far as size, because I know some of you like that 6-inch size. Now when we look at the display, you're going to see similar specs as far as the resolution, but you're going to see a vast difference between these two phones. But honestly, the Samsung screen is so much better. It gets so much brighter. Now that's not to say that the Pixel 5 is a slouch as far as the screen goes, but you're going to get a super bright AMOLED display. We're talking like over 1,000 nits of brightness. I know the Google Pixel 5, I believe it's around 600 nits that it can get to, and you have to use adaptive brightness to get to some of those points. So honestly, the screen is much better on this Samsung Galaxy S21. I'd say the screen is a big win for the S21, and you're going to see the same thing with performance. It has the Snapdragon 888. Even if you look at the Exynos 2100, you're still going to see a win for the S21. It's going to be a lot faster, and as far as RAM, both phones have 8 gigabytes of RAM. So you might be wondering, who would buy the Google Pixel 5? Because, well, the price is $100 cheaper on the Pixel 5. This retails at $700, while this retails at $800. So you might be wondering, who would buy a phone for $100 less when it has a worse screen and worse performance? Well, one edge that will go to Google is the software. So Google, of course, runs Android, so they're going to give you faster updates. Samsung has improved a lot in this arena. Both of these phones are going to give you 3 years of big software updates. But Samsung, that's a big surprise, because in years past they hadn't been that great, but they've improved so much over the years. Now they're giving you 3 years of software updates as well. But if you want updates very, very fast, you will normally get faster updates with Pixel phones. So that means when Android 12 comes out or Android 13, you get the software right then and there. So as far as software goes, even though Samsung has improved, if you swipe left on your Samsung screen, you can now actually get the Google feed. So Samsung is playing better with Google than they have in the past, but still I give the win as far as software to the Google Pixel 5. I think it's a lot better as far as software. As far as the camera goes, I would say it's a draw. So a lot of times I still prefer the shots from the Google Pixel 5. Now, Pixel 5 does take a little longer to take those shots, so it does have to process those photos in the background. The S21 is a little bit quicker as far as that goes. So that is one thing that I like about the S21. I think it's got a little more versatility as far as the cameras as well. So as far as the cameras go, they both take phenomenal photos, but I'd say it's a draw between the two. As far as features, I'd say the features are pretty similar between the two. You're going to get a in-screen fingerprint sensor with this phone with the S21. You're going to get a fingerprint sensor on the outside with the Pixel. And I actually prefer that. Even though the fingerprint sensor is improved in the S21, I prefer a regular one because I like to know where it's at all times. It's really easy to wake up. So I actually prefer that in the Google Pixel 5. Also, screen protectors apply a little bit easier to a phone that doesn't have a in-screen fingerprint sensor, because you know the fingerprint sensor is going to work no matter what screen protector you have on it, right? So that helps the Google Pixel 5 as well. However, you are going to notice a little bit better haptic feedback, so the vibrations are going to feel a little better on the Galaxy S21, and the speakers are much louder. So the speakers are a lot better on this. The Google Pixel 5 speakers are a little bit of a disappointment, and a lot of people have said that as well. Now, both phones have reverse wireless charging and regular wireless charging. You're going to get a little bit faster of charging speeds on the Galaxy S21, but a lot of those other features are very similar. So in a lot of ways, I would say this is a draw as well. You do get better speakers on the S21, but as far as my preferences go, I like the fingerprint sensor on the Google Pixel 5. So I would say as far as features go, it's pretty much a draw. And as far as battery life, that is very important. And I would say the Google Pixel 5 wins this one. So it's got better battery life, period. Typically, I would get between 6 to 8 hours of screen time on the Google Pixel 5. I would get between 4 to 6 on the Galaxy S21. Now, I would lean towards 5 or 6. I would normally get enough juice to get through the day, but on crazy days, I may have to throw it on a wireless charger to get a little extra boost. So the S21 has great battery life, don't get me wrong, but that Snapdragon 765G, it does save a little bit of battery life. So no, this doesn't have the latest and greatest processor, which is why this obviously wins the processor war. But when you look at battery life, that also makes it a little better with battery. And when we look at the displays, I forgot to mention that the Galaxy S21 does have a 120 Hz display, while the Google Pixel 5 only has 90 Hz. But that also saves battery life. So this Google Pixel 5, it wins the battery life award. It also wins with software. A lot of features are similar. When you get to the nuts and bolts, a lot of people just care about performance. This Galaxy S21 does have better performance. It does also have a much better display. And those two things may be worth your money. If you want a larger phone, just a little bit larger, 6.2 inches with a better display. If you really want a brighter phone and you want a phone that is a beast with performance and you want that 120 Hz refresh rate, you could get this phone. The battery is not much worse than this, and it still gets 3 years of software updates, even if down the line it might start taking a little longer than the Pixels. And this does work a little bit better with Google than it did in the past. And at $800, when you compare it to $700, that makes the S21, I would say, it's generally speaking the winner in this battle. I would say it's generally the better value. But that's where price comes in, and that's where you as a consumer come in. You may prefer software and battery life above all else. And if that's you, might as well save $100 extra. I don't think a lot of people are going to notice that the Snapdragon 765G is a little slower than this Galaxy S21. I don't think people are going to notice the speed difference with the Google Pixel 5 and the S21. Your average consumer won't notice that, right? So when I think of great photos, a great software experience, that is crucial to a phone. So that may be all you care about, and you may want a smaller phone. If that's you, then you should definitely get the Google Pixel 5. Now, price is going to play a huge role. So if you see any sales, if you see a sale drop the Google Pixel 5 to $400 or $500, that is $300 less than this Galaxy S21. Well, yes, that would make this phone a steal and a bargain, right? So it all depends on sales. If you see the S21 go on sale for a cheap price, well, that would make the S21 worth buying. So I would say research your sales, determine what is important to you. So I think most people are going to like either of these phones. I think it's really a matter of what you find on sale. Now, if there's still $100 in price difference, then yes, I would probably recommend the S21 to most people. Hopefully this has helped you make a decision. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. I know even those links in the description support me because I am an Amazon affiliate and I may earn a commission off that. And that's one way to support my channel, is using those links if you are deciding to buy. But at the same time, you know I always keep it real on my channel. We keep it 100 and I let you know what devices you should buy, and I tell you what devices you should stay away from. So let me know if you have any questions. I answer almost all the comments. Give me a like and a subscribe. That helps my channel out a ton. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day and stay safe in all these crazy times.